Oh yeah, they say, you know, one of the side effects of having too much copper in your bloodstream is apparently, get this, nymphomania. Nymphomania. Too much copper. I guess you could suffer from worse ailments, couldn't you? I could think of a lot of worse things. And turning into a nymphomaniac. Nymphomania sex addict, in case you didn't know. Someone who wants an extreme amount of sex. Yeah, apparently too much copper. It's one of the side effects. It can be. I saw it on Google once. Yeah, but look at those nice healthy leaves. Nice big long stems. That's what you want to see. See, that was the one that was male last year, remember? And that was the one I was threatening to cut it down. Remember I was saying if it doesn't fruit soon I'm going to cut it down. Well, look what it's done now. It's really pumped out the fruit now. So thank you so much, tree. Thanks for that. And it's a good healthy tree too, actually. You can see some of the Dolomite paste on that too. But yeah, that's doing well, hey. A lot of fruit coming on there. Nice healthy trees. Just from that one spray I did with all that rain even. Remember I told you? I sprayed the first day in the rain, and then the next day I sprayed and it poured 5 hours later, but it was still good enough and everything's just taken off. Yeah, very happy that they've grown just so much, haven't they? Like you remember, it was only, I don't even know if it was a month actually when I sprayed, like 3 weeks ago, and that temperature came up. Just everything came in good, all the factors. It got warmer, we had some big rains. We still didn't have much sun, but I had the fertiliser down and I sprayed that bug, got rid of the fruit spotting bug, and pow! Everything has just taken off in just a matter of weeks. Just a matter of weeks. It's like the tropics here now. Over summer it gets, we're in the subtropics, but it's very similar to the tropics this time of year, and everything grows really well. Hi folks, thanks for watching Local Time. Hope you are enjoying this spring papaya maintenance video. It is now the 9th of November. So we're moving right along, and these papayas are looking quite good now. They've been in this ground here for almost a year now. I planted these on the 17th of November 2020. So I think they're doing quite well. And I've just fertilised them again. I just gave them another half a bag of dynamic lifter. There's the other half of the bag there. So yeah, I've fertilised them twice since the last update. So they've had about a bag and a half now, because they're growing, so I just keep giving it to them. And I haven't had to use those drippers, those drip lines, because it's just been raining all spring. Well, that's how it seems now looking back at it. We had a lot of rain in October and still getting a lot of rain now in November. In many ways it hasn't been a nice spring. Well, not a very comfortable spring. It's tended to be often cold. Yeah, the first month was awful. The first 6 weeks even was awful. And then it sort of got better. We started getting some rains, and some warmer weather, and things are growing. Things are certainly growing, but we've had a lot of cloud. And yeah, as you know, I've shot a few good shots down the beach. Shot a couple of very nice full moon videos, and an interesting sunset video with thunder and lightning storms. So I guess you do need clouds to get good shots, to get the best sunsets, the best sunrises. You do need clouds for that. But yeah, it's been very cloudy. But today was just beautiful. Today we had a really beautiful day. And they're predicting rain and storms for another week at least. But today it just got very sunny and hot. And it's hard to say. We could get hit by another storm this evening, I think. I think they will be right. There's still plenty more rain to come. But yeah, as you can see now, almost a year old, these papayas are coming along nicely. So that one in particular is putting out a lot of fruit. Setting a lot of fruit. Very nice. Very happy with that. That one's not too bad. Oh yeah, but now I've got a new problem, that Madeira vine. See that damn stuff? I've really got to get in there and try and clear that. It keeps coming over from the neighbour's yard now. And I can pull those bits off now and they'll be back in a few days. So maybe I'll ask them for permission even to go over to their side and try and get onto it. I'm going to have to put a few days or weeks into that. Because yeah, I'm only a slow worker, so you know, a few hours a day for maybe a few weeks to try and get that Madeira vine. But yeah, you can see there's papayas there setting. A little bit harder to see with the Madeira vine in there, because that'll eventually just choke those trees out. That's how rampant that Madeira vine is. It'll just choke them. So the sooner I get that, the better. I don't want that happening to these fruits, these trees. But yeah, a bit of fruit there coming on, hey. That one's still got nothing, I think. Yeah, that one's got nothing. But even that little one there's fruiting. So what is it? I think there's only 3 that aren't fruiting now. That one's still just flowering, not fruiting. I'm not even sure if that one's flowered at all yet. And this one here. Oh yeah, that one's putting out some flowers coming out soon. But otherwise these other 4, is it 5 actually, 5 are looking very promising. So anyway, today what I want to show you, because this video is really starting to get long, isn't it now? So I'll try and show you now. I want to make that paste with the lime. This time I've just bought garden lime. In the past I've used Dolomite lime, but this garden lime should be finer and make a better paste or a better whitewash paint. And I want to put them on these stems. Yeah, I've got that dripper there. I haven't had to use that dripper at all. And I just hosed just now, because I put that half a bag of dynamic lifter on those trees and I hosed that in. So those stems are wet. I don't know how that'll go. It probably would have been better letting them be dry before I paint them. But yeah, much of a muchness. But anyway, this is to stop any chances of stem rot, because I've had a few trees, I've lost maybe 3 trees due to stem rot and foot rot. Foot rot tends to be further down on the base, virtually the base and the top of the roots, and stem rot's sort of down low there too, but more on the side of the stem. And they say it's a fungal spore. So once you've got it in your soils, it spreads around. And that's the good thing about painting the base of these stems. I want to paint the base of these stems with a whitewash made of lime. and that'll stop any fungal spores from getting in. And things like this, even see where the stem is splitting. The splits in the stem. That just helps to heal them, heal any wounds. And actually, even you can see there, those stems are kind of, well, I don't know where you can see, hopefully you can see it better than I can see, look at this monitor. But yeah, I think that's from wetting the stems anyway. It's sort of, the stems are just not real happy, are they? They're not overly happy. There's sort of something a bit funny happening to them. So it would be good to just get that paint on, because it's good to heal wounds and it'll just stop the fungal spores. And again, it's been raining so much, this could be an exercise in futility. It could just wash off in a couple of days. But we'll see. I'll paint it on, and I'm doing it with a view of probably having to repeat it before too long. Because that rain just won't stop. It just keeps coming in. So you remember how hard it was to get the metre down. But, you know, I finally succeeded there. But yeah, it's been difficult. It's been a very wet spring. Oh yeah, that's me, the custard apple. Look how nice that's come up now. All those new leaves have come out after I cut the old leaves off. Looking nice and healthy. I'll give you a look there, there's so many flowers. Lots and lots of flowers this time. And yeah, I could have this could be my record haul of fruit this time, this year. There's quite a lot of flowers, and it seems like quite a lot of them are setting fruit as well. And as I've pointed out before, like this is the KJ Pinks Paxton Prolific, and some would argue it's the best custard apple in Australia today. It is a really beautiful custard apple, and it's meant to be very heavy bearing and self-pollinating, so you don't have to worry about the flowers setting. But I still find I get better harvests using my buds. As you know, I've done this before. So I've got a bit of old rotting fruit scraps in that bag, and I've just put it near, and since I've had the bag there for a few days now, and it really looks like since then there's more fruit setting. See there, can you see it? That's a fruit that's set, I think. Not 100% sure, but there's a few of them. Fruits. Those there, I think you can see a bit better. They're all fruits that have set. So that should grow into a fruit now. The flower's been pollinated. I'll just give you a look at these insects. Hopefully you'll see it. Yeah, you should be able to see that. So give it a shake every now and again too. And just let those insects do their job. And it really helps with the pollination. So let's see, I had 7. I had 4 fruit the first time it fruited. Well, actually the first time I had 1 or 2. I think the first year it fruited, then I got 4. Then last year I got 7 nice fruit. Let's see how many I get off this now. And as I've said, this really needs to go in the ground. I've got a spot for it now too, but it's all beyond me at the moment whether I'm going to succeed in getting it in the ground yet or not. But anyway, I'll move that bag now because I need this table. And I will show you how I make up this whitewash paint. But just a sec, I'll put this on a tripod, this camera, so you can get a better look. Okay, so we'll mix it up first. We'll add our extra ingredients that are going to go into this whitewash. And I've got copper oxychloride here, which is a very good fungicide, and papayas like it. Papayas do enjoy a bit of copper, they really do. So I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of that. I've got just, what have I got, about a litre, a little over a litre of water there in that ice cream container. I'll mix it up in that first. So yeah, I'll add 2 teaspoons of that. Into our mix. Yeah, it's more than a litre there. 2 teaspoons of that. This is, I'm just working this out as I'm going along, you know, there's a lot of guesstimation going on here. Oh yeah, I better keep that spoon. Now borax. Borax is another trace element, the same as copper. You do always need a little bit, but you can easily have too much too, so you've got to watch it with both of those. That's why they call them trace elements. They're essential elements for growth of plants, but you only need a tiny bit. But anyway, the borax is very good for fighting disease as well, funguses and the likes. So I'll add a teaspoon of borax as well. I've just had this lying around to fight ants. Borax is very good for ants, actually for cockroaches and mice as well. If you mix it 50-50, see it's very fine, but if you mix it with fine icing sugar, 50-50, it slaughters ants. You've got to be careful actually, because you do need ants in your garden. You'll find that out if you ever lose all of your ants, because often when all your ants are gone, then you get termites, and that's even worse, of course. But you know, if you've got too many ants, a bit of this borax and sugar works very well, and it'll get rid of your cockroaches and your mice as well. But use it very cautiously when you try, if you're dealing with ants. I recommend stop using it even when you're still seeing ants around, because once you've put a bit out there, particularly in drier areas, the ants take it back to their nest, then it'll wipe out the whole nest, and then, but then if it's, you know, especially if it's a drier area, the borax and sugar is in the nest, so another nest of ants will find it eventually, and they will pull it out of the old dead nest and put it in their nest, so it'll wipe them out too. And if you're not careful, that cycle can just keep repeating, and it'll just completely wipe out all of your ants, all of them. So you have to be careful of that. And also when they're taking the borax and sugar down to the nests, there's a lot of borax in those areas where the nests are, and that can damage your trees and plants too. It can be too much borax and cause your plants to overdose. So you do need to use caution when you, people say it's an organic way to kill ants. Well, yeah, but you still, like it with everything, you've got to be careful with it. But anyway, we'll use it. This is going in the paste today, so this won't be any problem at all. So we've got that in there. We'll mix that in. 2 teaspoons of copper oxychloride, 1 teaspoon of borax, and then I'll use some of this stuff, the Miracle Seasol. As you can see, it's certified organic. This is incredible stuff, eh? Like this is the trace element formula. The seaweed, I think they say seaweed's got every trace element known to man. You know, you can buy packeted petrochemical trace elements, and they'll be offering 8 or 10 or 12 trace elements at the most. Whereas this seaweed, it's got 76 trace elements. I think that's the number. It's roughly about that anyway. A lot of trace elements, and really good for plant health. You just can't go wrong. Because I try and use a bit of this for everything. You know, it just never hurts, even when you're spraying poisons, or like when I spray my permethrin, I'll add some Seasol to the mix, because it all just helps to get this stuff on. It's great stuff for plant health. But anyway, I'll add about 20 mil. Usually you only need 20 mil in a 9 litre watering can of this stuff. It's quite strong. Again, you don't need much, but it really helps to use it. So okay, that's going in our whitewash as well. And we'll mix that up. It's mixed pretty easily, really. Now we're going to break out that paint. And I'll get this bucket up here. See, and I've got, what have I got in here in the bucket? I think there's a measure there. Yeah, I've got nearly 2 litres. So we'll just see how that goes. I hope it's not too much. It's easy to have too much, isn't it? When you're making a whitewash. I might even cut this down. I'll pour some, get rid of some of it. Pour some of it out just to be sure. Because I don't have much Dolomite lime. So there's nothing worse than adding too much water and not enough Dolomite lime. So we'll just see how that goes. Yeah, I've got the garden lime there. What's that, 5 kilograms. So we'll see how that goes. Should be plenty there. Should be heaps. And we'll see how that goes. So we want to make a thick slurry with this stuff. So there, I've used about half. Okay. See, yeah, and G. I probably measured that right. It's a good thing I tipped some out. And then I'll add the extra nutrients, the Seasol, copper and borax. And let's see what we come up with. Oops, oh gee, I knocked my flowers off my custard apple. I don't want to do that, do I? It's unspeakable. Unspeakable horrors. I better put that down here. Anyway, we'll give it a mix. It's watery, so let's see how we go here, eh? Fingers crossed. We've got a little less than half a bag actually. And that can sit around because that's late afternoon now, so you know I'll get a bit of it done tonight. And I'll finish it off tomorrow and the next few days perhaps, and just paint all these papaya stems. Let's see how we go. Oh, gee, it still maybe is a little watery, you know. Oh, but actually I've got a little bit of Dolomite lime upstairs. That might help, I might get that. Yeah, just a sec. Yeah, I've got this little bit of Dolomite lime upstairs. It's coarser. There's not much in there, but it might be just enough to save the day. Because there you go, I was just too lax and sloppy mixing that up. and I've added a little bit too much water. You've got to watch that. You don't need much water if you want to make a paste. But this will save the day, I think. Well, hopefully that's going to make things a lot better. It was almost okay anyway, but thank God I had this stuff as well. So now I really can make it more like a paste, make it thicker, not so watery. Yeah, that's getting much better consistency. Much better. Actually, that Dolomite, it's interesting. I wouldn't mind experimenting with that a bit more, because maybe even that Dolomite makes a better paste than the lime. It's hard to be sure. But I made a beautiful thick paste last time, if you remember, for some bad wounds in my papaya. And this, don't want this as thick, but this is coming up quite nice. Okay, I've got a glove now too, because I guess, you know, it's copper. There's a bit of copper in there. There's a bit of borax. You don't want too much copper in your bloodstream. You know, again, just tiny traces is fine, but you don't want too much. It'll you know, it could potentially kill you if you had enough. Whew. Out of breath from bending over again. Okay. Well, yeah, I can get my hand into it now with that glove. Get that stuff that's sitting on the bottom. Oh, I got lots of paint, haven't I? I've got too much, really. But I guess, you know, I can save that. And I'm sure I'm going to have to repeat it, because we're getting so much rain. I'm sure it'll wash off in no time. Oh yeah, they say, you know, one of the side effects of having too much copper in your bloodstream is apparently, get this, nymphomania. Nymphomania. Too much copper. I guess you could suffer from worse ailments, couldn't you? I could think of a lot of worse things. And turning into a nymphomaniac. Nymphomania sex addict, in case you didn't know. Someone who wants an extreme amount of sex. Yeah, apparently too much copper. It's one of the side effects. It can be. I saw it on Google once. Don't know if it's still there. Now, if you're an avid internet surfer, you'll know Google's really cleaned everything up these days. It's just very concerned about giving their own version of all the events. Anyway, there you go. That's quite nice. Can you see that? Yeah. It's quite thick. So that should go down really nicely. The mosquitoes are here too now, unfortunately. There's a few just buzzing around here. So yeah, I've got my paintbrush, and let's give this a whirl, eh? See how it goes. She's almost out of battery, so I better fly. I'll try and just give you a bit of a demonstration. Might have to show you a bit more tomorrow with a better battery. There we go, that's nice and thick. Oh yeah, that's not bad, that. It's not too bad at all. And just paint that on. And that'll help protect them from those stem rot and foot rot, fungal spores that are in the soil. And once you get a few signs of this, that stem rot and foot rot, like where there's smoke, there's fire. You get a bit, you're going to get more. So try to prepare for it. That's my plan anyway. And yeah, about so high, should be plenty. Should be fine. I'm sort of going up there. There's wounds there, right up to that height, so it won't hurt. It won't hurt at all. We'll mix this in. Copper and borax. Oh, the sun's coming. Wonders will never cease. Yeah, just so little sun this spring. We've had good rain, but it's just amazing how many days have been cloudy. There's not so much rain, but just full cloud. So the poor old plants aren't getting much sunlight. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, I'll show you how I put it on the stems. Doesn't hurt to go up fairly high if you can. And that just protects them from that stem rot fungal spore from spreading around. And there already is a few too many sort of worms, sort of gnarly bits on these stems, because they get so wet all the time when I water them. But yeah, I haven't had to water at all this spring, or hardly. Okay. So you can still see a bit of the old paste on it. but not much. It's amazing how much has just been washed off in these rains. Okay. The old stuff's so dry, I almost should scrape the old stuff off perhaps. It's so dry it just comes off with the brush anyway. Okay, like so my friends, and then you protect it from stem rot and foot rot. So I have to do the rest of these now. And I'll give you a look at them when I've finished. Okay, well there it is, in a matter of time again. It's getting dark. But yeah, I've painted all these stems again now. Ready to get washed off tonight. Well, hopefully not, but it probably won't stay on for long. I don't think, but they'll benefit from it. They will like it anyway. And I imagine by, yeah, it might only last about a month. And it might need another coat. With the way this rain's going, it's just unbelievable. Such a wet spring. And spring's almost over now. I suspect summer could be just as bad, if not worse. But anyway, that's those papaya on the straw bales. And they're a little over a year now. I wish they were all bearing like that one. That one's fantastic. But still, it's not too bad at all. Not too bad. I'm happy with it. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'll just give you a quick bit of a walk around. Yeah, I'm happy with those. That one's not bad. That one's okay. It's a bit hard to see that one because of the Madeira vine in there. Or dead Madeira vine. So that'll be out of the way soon. Yeah, a bit of fruit coming on. and everything painted up. This Hawaiian gold, yeah, it's close to being on its last legs. But I've given all those leaves a good thick coating, all that stem, those wounds, getting to be quite a few wounds in the stem now. But that's about all I can show you today. I think it's just getting too dark. So thanks again for watching, folks. Okay, bye for now. Hi my friends. Well, a bit of time has certainly passed, and I better hurry up and wrap up this spring update. So this is just the final part of the spring update, because it's gone on for a long time now, hasn't it? It's quite a long movie. Once I put all 4 parts together, I think it could be more than 2 hours. I'm still not sure yet. But this is the last part of part 4. And yeah, I've broken it up. I've broken this up into part 2, part 3. This is part 4. And then I'll have the full movie where you can catch part 1 as well. But it's not even spring now. It's the 5th of December 2021. But it's just been so wet. It's been unbelievable how wet it's been. So we've finally got a bit of sunny weather today, although there'll probably be another storm this afternoon or this evening. Yeah, we've just had weeks of rain, quite heavy rain too at times, which has been good, but it's too much rain really. But these trees are growing well. Everything's growing quite well. Out the back even, I had to spend a couple of days trying to clear back the jungle, because the papayas have grown really well, but so's the jungle. And you couldn't even really see the trees properly because the jungle's closing in on it. So I've cleared that back so I can just give you a better look at how all the trees are going now. So you can compare at the beginning of this movie, the beginning of spring, to now the end of spring, or even early summer now. And everything's looking quite good. Oh, these papayas have grown well, hey? Like this one here, that sat all through winter. So that'll be ripening soon. The rest are going to take a while, I think, because they're all new fruit that have come on in just over spring. So I think they're going to get a fair bit bigger. Well, hopefully anyway, and with some luck I might be picking some by the end of autumn, winter. I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, if all my trees were only like that, eh? What a beauty. Very nice. This one's finally flowering. Wasn't doing much for a while. This one has finally set some fruit. So that's good. It's got 2 fruits there. Yeah, this one's not bad. It's the second best one on the straw bales here. Because as you know, if you've been following my videos, that one's quite good. But yeah, these are just growing in straw bales. And they're crammed in beside my car. My car's usually parked where I'm standing now. And I haven't dug that soil at all because there's a lot of roots in there from these older umbrella trees. So I've just stuck straw bales. Just the hard blocks, didn't even loosen them up. Stuck them all along there, and then some loose stuff on top, some loose sugarcane mulch. That's what it is, organic sugarcane mulch. And just planted them in that about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago now. And they don't get much light, and they're packed in pretty tight, but it's starting to pay off for me now, hey? They're looking good. So yeah, these 3 all looking quite good. And these aren't too bad either. Everything has just taken off the last couple of weeks actually. The last 2 or 3 weeks the temperature's gone up a few more degrees and it's just perfect for everything. See, everything's just come to life. My bigger wine gold there, throwing out fruit now, flowering. So again, all going well. That'll feed me all through winter. That one always sets fruit now, and then the fruit tends to ripen late autumn, all through winter, which is very nice, and early spring, and then it stops again. That just there, that little papaya, is my red dragon. That's my biggest red dragon papaya. Just come up from seed. I've got about 10 of them now. So that one could be in the ground now. It should be, really, to do it justice. The others are a little bit smaller. That's my biggest one. But yeah, hopefully I'll be planting all them soon. Oh yeah, and my KJ pinks, Paxton Prolific. See, all nice healthy leaves on it now. Now that I cut those winter damaged leaves, the cold damaged leaves, cut them off, it's all reshooted. Oh, there's been so many flowers over spring, but we've had so many storms, so I just don't know how many fruit is set. Like, I think I was seeing fruit set on this tree quite a lot, but then the big storms seem to be blowing them off. I'm not sure what's going on. I think that's what's happening, but time will tell. I put a bit of that paste on that stem too, which I think it just liked it. It's mostly washed off now, but you can see some of it's there. It's still kind of a little white. I think it enjoys it too, you know. I think it quite likes it. But yeah, this thing's still flowering, still throwing out flowers, but not sure how many is setting. There is a few tiny fruits in there, but yeah, like there's a few now in here somewhere. I was looking at, see if I can find them. They do look like they're going to make it. Or even that one actually. You see right there? No, that one. No, that one. That should be how they set. But yeah, a lot of those are doing that, then they drop off. There's another one, just there. See, that should be little fruits. But this year, even that one looks a little funny. This year those little fruits seem to be drying out and dropping off. Oh yeah, and there's some of my papayas again. Just I picked those yesterday. These are off the daughter of the Hawaiian Gold. Those three, they're beautiful papayas, those. I've got to pick them a bit green because the fruit bats always get them. That was a couple that fell out, that just fell off as I picked those three. Yeah, the others are quite small. There's some reds. I do get some fairly small papayas, but they're still quite good. But yeah, I'm just saying, at an estimate, I've picked more than 200 papayas this spring. 200. So not bad, eh? I've been averaging 2 fruit a day. Sometimes a little small, but you know, quite often fairly big too, like those. So yeah, more than 200 papaya from these trees. I'm not sure how many, I don't like to count them. Got more than 30, I think it's safe to say that. Oh yeah, the garden is still going. I'm still trying to build this new garden. just around the side here. In the sunlight, it'll be a beautiful garden in there when it's finished. I'm about 3/4 done, but I only work slow, as you know. So yeah, pity it's not going yet. But still, again, as raggedy as this little garden looks, I'm getting a lot of veggies out of it. It's amazing. I just keep picking away. Mammy Sapote has come back, but what a shame. Look at all that stem I lost. What a pity. It just got hit so hard by the winter and spring. Well, it just barely made it through winter, but then early spring we had those wicked cold winds. Early spring we had a week that was colder than the whole year. Colder than winter, and it just killed it, almost. And just luckily it reshot. Shot a new sprout, but it's dropped right back in height. So I'll have to remember to put that in a little hothouse next winter. It just does not like our winters. Oh yeah, and some seedling KG Pinks custard apples there that I've raised from seed. Got 3 in there. That one needs to be tied up actually, so it can just sit up straight and get more sunlight. Oh, and just in there, I found, and it's growing well too, I found a new variety of climbing spinach at Bunnings. Can you see that there? Hope you can. A red variety. So that's interesting. And I just couldn't resist it. And it looks so healthy. Ceylon spinach. Whoops, I'm not good at pointing that can, am I? Ceylon spinach, red Ceylon spinach, or red stemmed Malabar spinach. I hope you can freeze it and read all those directions there. But oh yeah, it was so healthy, I had to buy it. It's that one there. It's red stemmed. The leaves aren't red, but it's red stemmed. See, it's growing very quick. I knew it was going to be a beauty. The pomelos, the raised from seed, from the biggest pomelo I've ever seen. They're healthy, they're doing okay. They'd really love some more sunshine. They don't get much sunshine here, so they're growing pretty slow really. You know, if I could get them in a better spot with more sunlight, they'd grow a lot better. And this thing here, that is definitely a persimmon now, I'm sure of it. So that's nice, that's very vigorous. I think that wouldn't mind, well again it'd like more sunlight, and it won't be long before that'll prefer to go into a bigger pot even. It's very vigorous, it just needs some better care really than what I'm giving it. Some more sunlight, definitely more sunlight. And it'd like to go into a sunny spot in the ground actually right now, and you could just keep that vigour going, you know, and it could grow quite big quite quickly. And out the back here, yeah, everything's just taken off. Well, soursop's not doing much, unfortunately, too shady. These are another tree. I've got a spot to plant them here now in the ground, but I'm just not sure what's going on with my future here. So again, it would be a shame to plant them and then leave. And I've got 3 in the ground here now. These would ideally like to go into a bigger pot at least, and more sunlight. They're healthy, but they're just kind of doing nothing sitting there, which is a shame really. They're not growing much. Yeah, that's my first bunch of ladyfingers. But yeah, so now we look at the papayas. See, remember how daggy they looked at the end of winter. Hi my friends, it's the 30th of September. We've had basically a month of spring. And oh yeah, we've had another week of cold, windy weather. No sunlight, just cloud. Very little rain. There was just some thunder just now, and it's going to start raining very soon, I think. We've only just had a few sprinkles, but last night it was a bit more heavy, and they're predicting good rain today, perhaps any moment, any minute, and good rain tomorrow. And yeah, as you can see, everything's looking real sad still. Still be more leaves dropping off these papaya because it's been so damn cold. But hopefully this is going to be the change now. Well, this rain, this will be the first good spring rains. Hear that? The thunder there? Any moment. I'm going to be lucky to pull this off actually. But yeah, this is going to be a spring rain even though it's cold. But yeah, with some luck it'll warm up real soon, so if I can get the nutrient down in time, get that straw bale. I'm just going to use that straw bale for these papaya here. So yeah, that's working quite well. Yeah, that's a nice plant, that one. Plant tree. It's coming pretty good. This is from my more heavy bearing papaya strain. And again, see a completely different shape of fruit. But I got my first two off that just recently, and not bad, not too bad. Again, it's just nice to have that free food. Nothing like the parent, but quite good. See this one too, this is off my heavy bearer. So look at the difference in shape. Quite a bit of difference in shape, isn't it? Oh yeah, and that's my black sapote. The chocolate pudding fruit is kind of looking a bit better now. That mulberry there is looking better. It is a little bit better weather, but yeah, it's been a pretty miserable spring so far overall. And hopefully October will be better. Anyway, I'll get this stuff down now before I'm out of time. Yeah, I really shouldn't be out here. But anyway, like I was trying to say, that's all ready for spring now, those 6 trees. I can eat that papaya tonight, it's nice and ripe. And those 2 will be ready in another few days. Got one more there in the bag. More coming on, but I don't know if I'm going to get many off that tree before it dies because of the stem rot. Yeah, I want to put drippers on that, and because the little spray will wet the stems, I've got to try and keep those stems really dry. I'm getting a bit of stem rot. See here, a bit of stem rot there, that tree's gone, so I don't want that to happen again. See, it's the only reason it's hung on is I put that paste on it about 6 months ago. It's sort of breaking off already. Yeah, that tree's and that days are definitely numbered. Although I'm getting a few nice fruit off it, they're not too bad. Anyway, that's all I can do today, I think. It's starting to spit again. Bye for now. Especially these Thai dwarfs. But now, look at the leaves on them. After they've been fertilised. I fertilise them at the right time this time. Oh yeah, that's my other Hawaiian gold out there. Daughter of Hawaiian gold. Doing well. I cleared this back a bit. This was all just so overgrown. That was full of that Madeira vine again. So I cleared this back just so I can give you a better look at what's going on here. But I've got to clear more too yet. It's just a necessary evil. It's probably the hardest job of all. Actually slashing this stuff. Slashing it back. so they don't strangle them. Look at that Madeira vine on those bananas there. I think it's virtually killed one banana now. It's just got so thick. So I've really got to get in there and clear soon. But I've kind of got this side anyway, just so I can get a better look at what's going on. But yeah, more than 200 fruit this spring. No, it's not perfect. I can only do so much with my bad health. And yeah, this jungle is a real problem for me, trying to keep it back. And bug problems and stuff, but it's well worth it. So, you know, if I can do it with a severe lung disability, you can do it too. You know, I've kind of got them in tighter than they should be, but I've done okay. More than 200 fruit this spring, and lots more coming. But yeah, that was one that was just in a pot. That wasn't meant to be planted there, but it got down the ground, so I cut as much of the pot away as I could, mulched it up, and yep, it's giving me fruit already. This one's looking better. See, like I picked the fruit off these, and now, like now they're really starting to pump it out. They're really getting a go ahead about them. So yeah, I got 200 fruit this spring. It's going to, next spring, I'm going to have 4 or 5 times more fruit, I think. And I may even be picking fruit. These trees might even give me more fruit by late autumn. It's hard to say. Yeah, but look at those nice healthy leaves. Nice big long stems. That's what you want to see. See, that was the one that was male last year, remember? And that was the one I was threatening to cut it down. Remember I was saying if it doesn't fruit soon, I'm going to cut it down. Well, look what it's done now. It's really pumped out fruit now. So thank you so much, tree. Thanks for that. And it's a good healthy tree too, actually. You can see some of the Dolomite paste on that too. Oh, yeah, that's doing well, hey. A lot of fruit coming on there. Nice healthy trees. Just from that one spray I did with all that rain even. Remember I told you? I sprayed the first day in the rain, and then the next day I sprayed, and it poured 5 hours later, but it was still good enough, and everything's just taken off. Yeah, very happy that they've grown just so much, haven't they? What you remember, it was only, I don't even know if it was a month actually, when I sprayed, like 3 weeks ago, and that temperature came up. Just everything came in good, all the factors. It got warmer, we had some big rains. We still didn't have much sun, but I had the fertiliser down and I sprayed that bug, got rid of the fruit spotting bug, and pow! Everything has just taken off in just a matter of weeks. Just a matter of weeks. It's like the tropics here now. Over summer it gets, we're in the subtropics, but it's very similar to the tropics this time of year, and everything grows really well. Yeah, so that's just about everything I can show you, I think. Maybe I'll give you a quick look at my black sapote. Some of the fruits it's putting out. Well, they're still flowers, I think, but that might be a fruit. Or still yet to flower. I don't know much about this tree. It put out a couple of fruits last year, but this year looking much better. So as long as I can keep that Madeira vine off it, it needs pulling back too. I need to tie another, I've got ropes there on it already, but I need to re-tie it and pull it back again so it'll stand up straighter. And this mulberry's got a bit of size about it. This will be a beautiful mulberry if I can ever just keep the Madeira vine off it. The mulberry and that sapote. That mulberry just came in by seed from a bird poop, and it's a very heavy bearing tree, very nice fruit. So, you know, wherever that tree was growing, it was well selected. It's a beauty. So it doesn't grow into my papayas here. Yeah, very nice. I'm happy with how it's going. A lot of fruit coming. Yeah, I think I'll have 4 or 5 times more fruit next spring just from these trees, and I plan to plant more. So, fingers crossed, eh? Let's see what happens. Yeah, so that's it, my friends. I hope you found that interesting. Another big papaya coming there soon. Lots more new ones. See, this tree's funny actually. It's quite healthy on one side and rotten on the other side. So yeah, I'll just see if I can keep it alive. Just as an experiment. Okay, my friends, that's the end of our papaya movie. Hope you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. I know it dragged on a bit, fighting the elements. It's been a difficult spring. It really has. It's been so wet. And this summer even, it's just hard to know what's going to happen. The way it's looking at the moment, it looks like summer is going to get even more wet. We're going to get even more downpours. Because yeah, we've had 3 days apart sun, and they're predicting another week of rain. And after that, who knows? You know, for months now they've been predicting. Well, it's just been week after week of heavy cloud and rain for almost the entire spring. And I don't feel so bad about complaining about it either, because I've seen other gardeners on YouTube, local gardeners, and they're all complaining about it too. Because it's just been, it really has been unbelievable. It's the wettest spring I've ever seen in this area. It's just incredible. And now it's summer and it looks like it's just going to keep going. So I hope it doesn't. We don't want too much rain. We need some more sunshine. Okay, my friends. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.